Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and I'm popping on real quick at the beginning of this video because I left out some important things. So today we're going over my, I've made 5 knit dresses, 5 different patterns of knit dresses. Loving them. I've actually made a few more knit dresses, but those will be coming here soon on the channel. But these are 5 patterns, not all of them are new to me, but 5 patterns that I've made that I'm going through. But before we get into that, today is Friday and I totally forgot to talk about the Love Notions Feature Friday pattern, which is why I wanted to come back on here. So today's Feature Friday pattern, which means on the 19th of November 2021, for $5, just today only, the Love Notions Resolution Bottoms are $5. They're the Feature Friday pattern for today. I recently made 2 of the jogger pairs for my daughter and I in PJ form. I'll pop pictures of us in those right now. Great pattern, really easy to sew. There's a legging version. You can do a few different, this is the legging pattern basically that Love Notions has. So you've got, I think some moto legging options that you can do with that. You've got a yoga pant. You've got the jogger. It's just, I mean, a lot of Love Notions have so many variations, but this one is a really good one. And again, I've recently just made it and it makes great loungewear. On top of, I mean, knit joggers are all the rage right now, and I'm actually going to be showing you a fancier pair that I made. They aren't the resolutions, but yeah, you could definitely recreate that with the resolutions. So it's a good pattern. Definitely, if you're making holiday pajamas for people, this is a great bottom. Pair it with the Breckenridge Henley, you've got yourself a great pair, a great set. That's what we've been doing in my family with the girls. But anyway, yes, $5 today only. Okay, without further ado, let's get to the meat and potatoes of today's video. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I am sharing my 5 newest knit dresses. These are all dresses I've made in the past couple of weeks that I've been wearing nonstop this season. So we're gonna be, you've seen some of them, you've seen sneak peeks of a couple of them, but we're gonna go through all of them with the details today. So there'll be a lot of editing today because I'm gonna keep changing. I've named my mannequin, her name's Lena. And I've named her Lena because everyone was telling me that they'd named their mannequins off of like a grandmother or someone that taught them to sew. And while my Aunt Lena did not teach me how to sew, she was a phenomenal seamstress. It's just, she's my great Aunt Lena. She's my grandmother's aunt, but she was like my great grandmother growing up. I was 12 when she passed away, but I spent so much time with her growing up, and you know, I saw her just, every time I would see my grandparents, I would see her as well. So she raised my grandma pretty much. But anyway, I decided to name, I actually wanted to name my daughter Lena. I thought Lena Luckenbill would be so wonderful, but my husband wouldn't go for that one. We're being joined here. Anyway, so I've named my mannequin Lena. I think that that is very fitting because she was a phenomenal seamstress, made my mom all of her clothes growing up. Okay. So I'm going to be changing her though so that whatever dress I'm talking about can be displayed on the mannequin. And there is, I think, just one dress that I really want to show you the guts to. Everything else I think we can just talk about on the mannequin. Okay, so let's get started. So first things first, okay, so let's talk about knit dresses. My body has changed. Some swelling just from my autoimmune, plus just packing on weight because it's a slippery slope, and no matter how much I want to be able to always say that I love my body, that it does so many things for me, and truly deep down I do know that and I do understand that, but I also am human, and so when I see my body changing, I go down the slippery slope just like everyone else, and it's been a slippery slope, mostly because, I will say, because I worked so hard making so many things I loved this past spring, and I can't wear like any of the bottoms. The tops I think I'm still probably okay in, but yeah, it was just very upsetting, a little demoralizing. But anyway, we're working on it, but I'm trying not to put stress on myself. But that being said, I found myself really gravitating towards cozy dresses, things that, you know, I still want to be comfortable, still want to be stylish, no matter how I'm feeling on the inside. I find if I dress up and look good, I feel better. So it's kind of a, you know, putting the cart before the horse type thing, but just to make myself feel better, I look better. So, you know, if I'm dressed sloppy, you know, that happened to me yesterday. I was actually just in some sweats. I'd planned on sewing all day. It was just a series of unfortunate events that happened yesterday, and I ended up having to run errands. My serger broke. I had to run it to the sewing machine repair. Bless them. I will talk about them here in just a second, but it was just, yes, I ended up being out and about, and I had not planned on being out and about, and I felt gross and I looked gross, and that just was like, yeah, it wasn't a good day. And I think it would have been better had I at least looked somewhat presentable. Not that I had to be dressed to the nines, but just in a nicer outfit would have been better. Anyway, I've been blabbing now for 4 minutes, so let's get into the dresses. Okay, so I've been gravitating towards cozy dresses. I think that's a great way to look put together and polished. And we've also had really unseasonably cold weather here, so I've just found them very cozy. You can throw on tights. I've got some plans to make a slip to really help with them not sticking to tights and that sort of thing. Yeah, to be able to make them go longer into the winter. First up is my Pattern Emporium Wonderlust dress. You guys have seen this. I did this for the StyleMaker Fabrics Fall Style Tour. I love this dress so much. I get compliments on this every single time I wear it. I don't think the fabric is still available. I think I did see a selvage yard on it, actually. I was looking at StyleMaker selvage yards. If it is still available, because I feel like she may have also gotten some more in. If it is still available, I will link the fabric below. It is a cotton jersey. Every single time I wear this dress, I get compliments on it. Now, I did switch. The stripes actually go selvage to selvage, so they're horizontal, but I switched it, and there is enough stretch in this fabric to be able to do that. But don't normally do that. You really have to make sure you have the stretch in order for things to fit around you, because you normally need the greatest stretch to go around the body. So you need to make sure you have that vertical stretch that will do that in order for that to work. But it did in this case. I get compliments on this all of the time. This is the midi length with the 3/4 sleeves, scoop neck. This is the first Pattern Emporium pattern that I made, and I am sold, hook, line, and sinker. Her instructions were fantastic with fitting, I did the full bust adjustment her way, and that was fun. Just something new. I mean, I don't know that it was any better or worse than what I normally do, just another way to do things. So that was exciting and fun, and it worked really well. Yeah, I love this dress. Again, I get compliments every single time I wear this. It's very comfortable. I find it very flattering. Yeah, this is gonna get worn well into the winter. And it does have a pretty deep scoop on it. But you know, with a scarf, I mean, you could layer a sweater. Actually, a cropped sweater over this would be really cute because it does go in. It's very 90s. There is no waist seam, but it does go in a little bit at the waist, so it's kind of fit and then flares out. There's beautiful shaping and a back seam down the center back that that makes you, just gives you some beautiful shaping back there, which I think can be very flattering. But yeah, I think a little crop sweater, you could wear that, pretty nice over there, or a jacket, but yeah, scarf to help cover up that area when you're a little chilly, or you could also throw a, I don't know, a sweater under there might be a little bulky. I don't know, it might work though, like a thin enough turtleneck. Might be worth, I don't know, might be worth trying. I have a couple of my Hepburns that are like the really thin merino nylon blend from, the fabric store that, I don't know. I'll have to try, see what I can find out. I'll report back. But I really love this dress, and it's super comfortable to wear around the house. I love the big skirts on it. It just makes it very, and I can sit comfortably on the couch and not feel like I'm flashing everyone. So with the longer skirts. Okay, so that is dress number 1, the Pattern Emporium Wonderlust dress. Dress 2. Okay, dress number 2 is the Love Notions Olympia dress. I have had this dress in my pattern stash, gosh, since I discovered Love Notions. I just thought the neckline was beautiful. It is beautiful. It's kind of crooked on this mannequin right here. It doesn't sit like that on me. I'm having a hard time getting it. It's sticking to my mannequin. Sticking to Lena here. Anyway, I made the 3/4 length sleeves on this again. This is the size medium with the full bust front. I shortened it 1 inch above the waist and 1 inch. No, I think I left the skirt as is because I was thinking I wanted it midi length, but really it came up, it's really just like right below my knees. But I love that. I think it's great. This is another one that I get complimented on all the time. Now these are my colors. This fabric is from Minerva. I'll link it down below if it's still available. It's a cotton jersey. It feels wonderful to wear. It washes and dries like a dream. Technically I should probably be air drying it, but time. So this dress, I'm so mad at myself for waiting so long to make this one because it is it's such a good one, and I can definitely see myself making more of these in the future. But yeah, because the neckline is just so good, and I think that's what it is. People see that and they're like, oh my gosh, that dress is beautiful, just because it really frames your face lovely. I mean, really nicely, and brings everything up to your face. So it's just a really gorgeous neckline, which I think can make a world of difference, especially when you're wearing some of your own colors. You know, that can be a great boost and just really light up your eyes, your skin, everything, just to look better. So mad at myself for waiting for so long, but yeah. I think that's the only alterations I made though, was just to shorten it an inch above the waist, and then I left the skirt as is because I was wanting it to be a little bit longer, but I chose the above the knee version. But because I normally need to do 2, sometimes 3 inches out of Love Notions patterns, depending on the style, I probably should have done the longer skirt length. Is there a longer skirt? See, now I'm second guessing myself. No, there's a maxi skirt length and an above the knee skirt length. And I was thinking if I just raise the body, because I needed to raise the, I needed to take the inch out of the bodice just because, so that the waist is hitting where my waist hits. But I thought if I left the skirt alone that I may get more of a midi look, but I probably should have lengthened it a little bit, done something in between the maxi version and the, above the knee version that hits like right above the knee, but I love this length. I mean, it works well. So very glad. I would definitely make this dress again. You can make it sleeveless. You can make it with the sleeves, you know, varying lengths. So yeah, it's another great Love Notions pattern. Love the way it fits. It's a good one. I'm gonna go grab dress number 3, but before, I wanna show you the inside of this dress because the way this neckline goes together is so fun. Okay, before we get on to dress 3, I wanted to show you the neckline on this. So this is all like one piece, and you are having to sew the front part of this pattern. Just, it looks really funny. So you are sewing like this piece into the shoulder seam, and then this neck band gets finished around the, to finish off the neck edge, so like a neck band. But then, you see, I wish I would have serged the edges. When I make this one again, I'm gonna serge, you don't really need to because knit fabric doesn't fray, but I would serge these edges next time because they roll, and that would help them not to roll if I had done that, but that's okay. And then it has you sewing these in together, like up through a point, and then it folds down on itself, and it is so much fun. But this all gets finished off nice and neat in one little seam. So you do have a seam down the center front, and then it just makes everything just lie so nicely up around your neck. It's just a really, it's a knit dress. Knit dresses typically go together pretty quickly, but this made this one just a little more interesting. And I did use my sewing machine on this one, just with a longer straight stitch. I used a ballpoint needle, no stretch stitch, just to do like my shoulder seams to get all of these points in correctly. I can't remember if I used it down here or not, because those shoulder seams, they don't need to stretch. Now a neckline or like a waistline that would need to stretch over things, I would never use a straight stitch on that. The stitches would just pop. But for those little parts, I can, and I did. And then everything else, the dress is sewn with the serger. Now, I did put the pockets in this originally, and I just didn't like the way they looked, to be honest. I felt like they gave me extra, like a lot of extra width in my hips that I didn't want, so I ended up just cutting those out, and it's perfect. In all honesty, I find pockets in knit dresses, usually it's my phone that I'm sticking into them, and it can weight the dress down, and then it gets all a kilter and stuff. So, yeah, I will a lot of times omit pockets in knit dresses. While I love a good pocket in a knit dress, yeah, they can be unruly. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that neckline. It's such a good one. Okay, so that's the Olympia dress by Love Notions. Such a big fan. Again, I get compliments every time I wear it. All right, dress number 3 is, so I loved my Wanderlust dress so much, which by the way was a size 10. I made a size 10 in that. And I have my measurements and stuff down below. The waist measurement is variable, so I'll just leave what it sometimes it's down there. But anyway, my measurements are in the description box, always down below. But I loved that Wanderlust dress so much, was so impressed with it. And when I bought that one, I actually bought a few others as well, one of which being the Dream On tiered dress, and that is what I made here. So it's like a fitted knit bodice. Gosh, it came with a couple of different sleeve length options and a couple of different necklines. I went with, so it's got a V, a deep scoop, a mid scoop, and a higher scoop, I believe. I went with the mid scoop, mostly because I think I went with a deep scoop for the Wanderlust, and it's just not that it's low, but I wanted something just a little bit higher, especially as we go into the colder weather. So that's what I did on this one, and I went with the long sleeves on this because I just wanted something a little different, something a little bit warmer. Love these. There are pattern pieces that go with these gathered tiers here. There's 2 tiers. This hits me like a midi length, and there's different options. You can do like a super mini, like a short dress, which is like mid or above the knee, a midi length and a maxi length, and you cut your tiers depending on what length you're making. I made 0 alterations. Well, I shortened the sleeves by 1 inch, and that was it. I made the size 10 in this, and I actually cut this top tier for the knee length version, even though I was making midi. And then the second tier I cut for the midi version, just so I was losing just a little bit of length, and I raised the waistline by 1 inch, so I took 1 inch out of the bodice. So yeah, I think I lost like, I guess 2 inches total. But I really just looked at the pattern pieces for these tiers for the length of them, because I went with just the full width of the fabric, because I gather my tiered skirts on my serger. And actually, I'm gonna be showing you how I made that Bowden dress. I'm gonna make another one and show you how I went through that process, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do that on my serger. It's a very, very easy fix. Love this dress. This is a cotton jersey from StyleMaker Fabrics. In all honesty, the white background is a little too clear for me, a little too cool for me. But the colors that are in it are my colors. It's like a navy with some reds and greens. If this were a cream background, it would be perfect, but maybe this is a little too stark for me, but I'm still gonna wear it. I really love the fabric. It's like a floral print that then went over to make it look animal print. So the animal print is actually like a floral print on the background. It's really cool. Also from StyleMaker, if it's still available, I'll link it down below. Okay, next dress. Okay, dress number 4. So this is, this doesn't look as good on Lena. My chest is much larger than Lena's, so this is looking kind of saggy right here, but it does fit me much better, as you will see. So the next dress I wanted to make was the Itch to Stitch Antrim dress. Now, I was one of the pattern testers for this one back, gosh, was it last year? And made it in a gorgeous rib knit, or like a rayon spandex rib knit that I got at deep discount from a Zinks fabric, which is kind of like a one of those places where you have to dig and find, you know, the good stuff up in a little north of me in Indiana, and it just didn't wash well. You know, not all rayon's created equal. It just didn't wash well. It ended up just looking awful, and I wasn't even drying it. It did not end well. So it had to go away, which is unfortunate because the color was so good. But I really wanted another one of these dresses to add to my wardrobe because I love the style. So this obviously is a faux wrap. It's got, on my original one, I didn't do the sheared waist part. I just did the flat waist part. So I did the sheared on this one. It's got an elbow length sleeve, comes with the cup sizes, it's a knit dress, and then has a nice full skirt. I'm not sure, I mean, it's not like a full circle, but it's a nice full skirt. And so I knew I wanted another one. This this pattern is perfect for rayon or viscose jersey knits, because you, when you do this shearing, which actually looks much better when it's like actually on my body, because it kind of, it masks. And then there's some gathering here at the bust for the shaping. It's a beautiful pattern, but you want the swishiness for the skirt, and it just looks really nice with some drape, especially with the faux wrap bodice that's here. So I used this viscose jersey, and I got this from the University of Sewing, which is down in Bloomington. It's attached to, oh my gosh, the name of her alteration shop just flew right out of my head. A Tailored Fit. Tailored Fit? Oh, I'm sorry, Margaret, if you're watching this. Anyway, University of Sewing is the name where she has, she sells Bernina dealer, and she also has a wonderful fabric selection, both quilting and garment. So we went down there, gosh, when I did my last in-person fabric shopping, and I know she doesn't have any of this left because myself and Donna, my friend who we were shopping together, we bought all of it that she had left. Donna and I split what was left. So Donna I think took 3 yards, and there was 2.5 left, and I grabbed it, and it was perfect. It was just enough for this dress. But it's got this beautiful animal print over it with the flowers. They're all my colors, the warm colors with the ochres and the greens, and there's some of the brighter blues. It's just beautiful. And you guys saw a sneak peek of this on when are you watching this? Tuesday, because I put my new Lily Silk tank underneath it, and it's perfect. Not only does it help with any gaping, because I usually put plastic snaps on all of my wrap tops just to keep them from pulling apart, just because I'm very busty, but I'm out of them right now. But putting that little Lily Silk tank not only keeps me warm, because this is a viscose / rayon jersey dress, it is a little thinner. It really helped insulate, but it also helps to keep, you know, any peekaboo moments from happening. And the color is like perfect for the colors that are in this dress. It just really was perfect, goes perfectly with that. So I am excited to wear this quite a bit this winter. I think it looks cute with tights, with little booties. It looks really good with my Tuesday Boot Company captain boots that I've got that tie up. It's just a good dress. This is the size 8 with a D cup. That is what I make in all itch to stitch patterns, with the exception of bottoms. Although right now I'm probably making a size 8 in bottoms, but typically I'm making a size 6. But yeah, right now I'm making an 8. Anyway, which is fine. But yes, this is a fantastic dress pattern. Definitely add this one, maybe to your wish list or Christmas list if you haven't already, because it is such a great dress pattern. And you can easily dress this up with like a stretch velvet. Oh, wouldn't this be a lovely New Year's Eve or like holiday party type dress in a stretch velvet? Yes. Now I kind of want one of those. I have no reason for that. Even my New Year's Eve plans are at my cousin's house, so it's not even like we're leaving to do anything. But anyway, for those of you that might be doing anything, it would be a gorgeous try for that. Okay, one more left to show you, and then that I can show you today, and then we will wrap things up. Okay, and for my 5th dress that I've made recently, knit dresses, this is my Love Notions Rhapsody that I completely hacked to recreate a Bowden dress. You guys loved this thing, which I love. I love when I do those sew the look type videos and you guys love them as much as I do. I thought this was really close to what the Bowden dress was. The fabric's a little bit different, but I love this fabric so much. So I have a whole video on this. I will pop it up here right now if you want to get all the nitty gritty details. But yes, this is the Love Notions Rhapsody top and sleeves, and I just threw on a gathered skirt onto it, made a couple of changes to the pattern. Are you coming back here? But I had a lot of questions on this, so I talked through it. I keep getting up and like changing my mannequin's clothes, and it's making her very anxious. She doesn't know where to like sit. But I've gotten so many questions about, you know, how I did this and like specific questions that actually Sunday is our last part of the Itch to Stitch Mountain View jean sew along. So I'm thinking for the following Sunday, I'm just gonna do a how I made this dress, and I'm gonna make a second one. It's not gonna be a sew along, but I'm gonna show you the pattern alterations that I made, and then I'm gonna show you how I do my gathered skirts on my serger, how that works. Yeah, so that's basically what's gonna be, you know, the pieces that I cut out, what I interfaced, you know, how I did the neckline differently. So just a few bits and pieces, so not really a sew along, but some bits and pieces. And I'm gonna be using this fabric for it. So this is the Spoonflower fabric that I grabbed that kind of spurred on a lot of my color palette for this fall. I just haven't used it yet. This was kind of expensive. The Spoonflower, while it has a lot of beautiful prints, this was my first time ordering fabric from them, and it's pricey, so I just wanted to make sure I made the right thing for this, but I am loving wearing this so much. This fabric is from StyleMaker Fabrics. It is a cotton jersey. I think it sold out after that Bowden video went up, but if she's gotten any more in or anything like that, I will link it below, but I do think it sold out like fast. You guys really loved the Sew the Look. Which I love, that's great. But I'm gonna be making another one out of this fabric because I really do love wearing this. It's so great for the fall and like colder weather that we're having. And I love it with boots underneath it. I'm really enjoying wearing it. It just makes me feel put together, but also comfortable. So loving that. Okay, so those are my 5 dresses. Obviously, I'll be making another one that you guys will be seeing soon. I have 2 more that I've made that you guys have not seen yet, just because it is a re-release of a pattern that you guys will be seeing here in the next couple of weeks. I can't remember exactly when that is. it's soon. But those are really good. So I've got 2 more knit dresses coming from that. And then I actually, so I had planned on, I'm sewing up my Destashify fabric that you guys saw from, it's my October fabric that I get a little allowance from Destashify because I'm an ambassador for her. And so I get a little allowance. So my October allowance, you guys saw the fabrics, and one of them was like this color, and it was a wool knit. This is a wool viscose jersey that from Minerva, and it's this I'm wearing the Tallinn, the Itch to Stitch Tallinn dress. I kind of forgot that I had a dress this color until I was pulling out some more of my fall and winter clothes. I'm like, oh my gosh, my Tallinn's that color, because I was gonna make a Arlington dress out of the other purple, but now I think maybe I should do something different with the purple, maybe a top. Anyway, it may still become a dress. I'm not sure, but I have November's fabric that I also now have from Destashify, and I got 3 knits, and one of those might become a dress. So there could be more dresses coming your way. I'm just really, really enjoying wearing them right now. It's just kind of what I'm getting into. So yeah, so there might be some more, but these are currently what I am wearing heavy. And yeah, these might be patterns that you want to snatch up, fabrics, if they are still available, that you may want to snatch up as the sales and stuff all start next week. So wanted to go ahead and share what I've been loving right now. Okay. Tuesday, I have another sponsored video, but it is going to be a gift guide that I'm going to be sharing with you. Both some sewing adjacent things as well as sewing, and yeah, just things that I am kind of keeping my eye out for. I really have no idea like what Black Friday sales are going on next week, other than Love Notions won't have one because they don't do one on Black Friday since she does the big sale in October that just got over. But everything else, yeah, I have no idea, but these are things that I'm going to be looking for. And yeah, thought I might share all of that with you. Okay, last part of the sew along is coming on Saturday or Sunday. And then yeah, then we're going to do this little tutorial the following Sunday. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because I've got a lot of video ideas and plans through to the end of the year. And probably will spill into the beginning of the next year. So definitely hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because I'm very excited to share all the making I've been doing. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I had an unexpected day yesterday. My serger quit it wouldn't thread. I have a Baby Lock Evolution that has the air threading where you hit the button, and it was clogged. And I have no idea, it comes with a little wire that you can put through there to like help unclog it. No idea what happened to mine. I could not get the stupid thing unclogged. I cannot say enough good things about Select Sewing. If you are in the Indianapolis area, Select Sewing, which is at Keystone and 65th, they are phenomenal in there. All the guys, and there's one woman in there. They were just so friendly, so helpful. They have so many machines that they're working on. I did buy the machine from them originally, but he's like, you know, I told him I'd use this for work. I have so much work. I need my serger. Is there any way I could bring it in and you could see if you could just unclog it? Not only did he unclog it for me, but he realized that the pump wasn't working completely correctly, so he made a couple of adjustments. It now works like brand new. He did it within, like just right there while I stood there. I would buy all machines from them going forward because of the customer service they gave me yesterday. They are a Husqvarna, Viking, Pfaff, and Baby Lock dealer. So if you are in the Indianapolis area, I highly suggest them as a place to do your sewing machine shopping. They were great. But yes, they helped get me out of a real bind yesterday. So, and I've made an appointment for the serger to go in for a little spa treatment here soon. She does need to, just some general servicing, you know, to keep her running well, because I can't be without my serger. So yes, that happened too, but I've got so many fun things planned, and yeah, hope you guys want to stick around. All right, that's all I've got. I will quit jabbing at you, and I will see you guys next week. Have a good weekend. Get some sewing in. Bye.